The silk felt cool against my skin. I lay there, blindfolded, my heart still pounding. Liam's touch had just left me breathless. The room was filled with a soft, warm glow from the fireplace. My mind was still lost in the moment we had shared. But then, just like a whisper in the quiet, I felt it. The air in the room shifted. It was a tiny change, something different. A soft sound, like a footstep, close by. A slow understanding started to form in my mind. We were not alone. Liam's hands were on me again before I could even think. They felt strong, sure, but different. I gasped softly as he gently turned me onto my stomach. His breath was warm against the back of my neck. His fingers traced slow, deliberate lines down my spine. My body reacted before my mind could catch up, arching slightly, wanting more. This wasn't like our usual nights. For so long, our touch had become familiar, comfortable, but predictable. Tonight, there was a different kind of energy. He kissed the nape of my neck, a lingering, hungry kiss. His body pressed against mine, so close it felt like we were one. I could barely take a breath. "Did you think I was done?" he whispered, his voice low and husky. A shiver ran down my spine. The soft light from the fireplace danced on the walls. The quiet of the night felt charged, electric. Then, I heard another sound. A soft rustling, like fabric moving. It was coming from the other side of the room. My heart skipped a beat. I was still blindfolded. I couldn't see. "Liam?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. He didn't answer right away. There was a pause, a moment of silence that felt heavy with unspoken words. Then, I felt his lips against my ear. "Trust me, Chloe," he murmured. And then I felt another touch. A hand, not Liam's, gently brushed against my arm. It was a different hand, a different warmth. My breath caught in my throat. My muscles tensed. What was happening? Are you with me? Type 1 in the comments to let me know you're still watching. Liam's hand found mine, his fingers lacing through mine. His grip was reassuring. "It's okay," he whispered. But my heart was racing. I could feel the presence of someone else in the room, so close I could almost feel their breath on my skin. The new hand moved again, tracing a slow path up my arm. It felt strange, unfamiliar, but not unkind. My mind was trying to catch up to what was happening. This was not what I had expected. Not at all. Then, a voice, a man's voice, spoke softly. "She's beautiful, Liam." It wasn't Liam's voice. It was deeper, with a slight accent I couldn't quite place. My breath hitched. My chest felt tight. Liam's lips brushed against my temple. "She is," he agreed, his voice filled with something I couldn't quite decipher. I was still blindfolded, still unsure, but a strange sense of curiosity started to bubble up inside me. What was going on? Who was this person? Have you ever experienced something totally unexpected that turned out to be amazing? Could you share your thoughts in the comments? The new presence moved closer. I could feel their gaze on me. It felt intense, almost like I could feel their eyes on every inch of my skin, even through the blindfold. Then, another touch. This time, it was on my leg, just above my knee. It was a light touch, exploring, curious. I stiffened slightly, and Liam's hand squeezed mine gently. "Relax," he whispered. "It's okay." I tried to take a deep breath, but my lungs felt tight. My senses were on high alert. I could hear their breathing, the soft sounds of their movements. The air in the room felt thick with anticipation. The hand on my leg moved higher, slowly, deliberately. It sent a shiver down my spine. It was a different sensation than Liam's touch, but not unpleasant. Just different. Then the other man spoke again, his voice closer this time. She feels amazing. Liam chuckled softly. I know. I could feel the heat rising in my cheeks. I was still unsure, still a little nervous, but there was also a growing sense of excitement building within me. This was so far outside my comfort zone, but there was something thrilling about it. Then, I felt lips on my neck. Not Liam's. These lips were softer, a different shape. They lingered there for a moment, sending a wave of heat through me. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments to let me know you're tuned in. My heart was pounding in my chest. I could feel both of them so close, their presence surrounding me. It was overwhelming, but in a strange way, also intoxicating. Liam's hand moved from mine to my waist, his fingers pressing gently. The other man's hand was still on my thigh, his touch becoming a little more confident. Then, Liam whispered in my ear, his voice low and seductive. Are you ready for more, Chloe? I hesitated for a moment, my mind racing. This was so unexpected, so different from anything I had ever experienced before. But there was a thrill in the unknown, a pull towards the unexpected. Taking a deep breath, I nodded slightly. Yes, I whispered. I could feel Liam's smile against my skin. The other man's hand on my thigh tightened slightly. The air crackled with a new kind of energy. What do you think happened next? Share your predictions in the comments below. Then, Liam's hands moved to the ties of the blindfold. He paused for a moment, his fingers brushing against my eyelashes. Ready to see? He asked softly. My heart pounded in anticipation. I nodded again, a little more eagerly this time. Slowly, gently, he untied the silk. The room swam into focus. The warm glow of the fireplace, the soft shadows dancing on the walls. And then I saw him. He was standing beside the bed, watching me with an intense gaze. He had dark hair and piercing blue eyes. There was a slight smile playing on his lips. My breath caught in my throat. He was handsome. Very handsome. Liam was beside me, his arm around my waist, pulling me closer. Chloe, this is Ethan, he said, his voice calm and reassuring. Ethan, this is my Chloe. Ethan's eyes met mine, and his smile widened slightly. It's a pleasure, Chloe, he said, his voice smooth and deep. I could feel the heat rising in my cheeks again. I didn't know what to say. My mind was still trying to process everything that was happening. Liam gently turned me to face Ethan more fully. Ethan's eyes never left mine. There was a spark of something there, something intriguing. Then, Ethan reached out and gently took my hand. His touch was warm and firm. Liam has told me so much about you, he said softly. Have you ever felt a connection with someone new almost instantly? Tell me about it in the comments. Liam leaned down and kissed my neck. We wanted to surprise you, Chloe, he murmured. We wanted to try something new. I looked from Liam to Ethan, my mind still reeling. This was definitely a surprise. A big one. Ethan's thumb gently traced circles on the back of my hand. His eyes were still locked on mine. There was a silent conversation happening between us, a connection forming in the quiet of the room. Then, Liam stepped back slightly, giving Ethan and me a little more space. Ethan's grip on my hand remained firm. He took a step closer, his eyes still holding mine. Are you okay with this, Chloe? He asked, his voice filled with genuine concern. I looked at Liam, who nodded reassuringly. Then, I looked back at Ethan, at his kind eyes, at the gentle touch of his hand. Taking a deep breath, I nodded slowly. Yes, I whispered. I think so. A smile spread across Ethan's face, a genuine warm smile that made my heart flutter slightly. Liam stepped forward again, placing a hand on my other arm. He looked at both of us, a soft smile on his face. "Good," he said, "because we have a lot more planned for tonight." The warmth from the fireplace seemed to intensify. The air in the room felt charged with a new kind of energy, a mix of nervousness, excitement, and a growing sense of anticipation. What would you do in this situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The night unfolded in a way I could never have imagined. It was a dance of touch and sensation, of whispered words and shared glances. Liam and Ethan moved around me, their touches intertwining, creating a tapestry of pleasure that left me breathless. There were moments of nervousness, of uncertainty, but they were always met with reassurance and gentle guidance. I found myself opening up to the experience, letting go of my inhibitions, and embracing the unexpected. The sensations were intense, heightened by the novelty of the situation and the presence of two men focused on my pleasure. It was overwhelming at times, but in the most incredible way. As the night went on, I felt a connection forming, not just with Liam, but also with Ethan. There was a shared intimacy in the room, a sense of trust and vulnerability that was both surprising and deeply satisfying. It was an experience that pushed my boundaries, that challenged my perceptions, and that ultimately left me feeling more alive and more connected than I had ever felt before. The next morning, I woke up feeling a sense of peace and contentment. The memories of the night before were still vivid in my mind, a whirlwind of sensations and emotions. Liam was beside me, his arm wrapped around me. Ethan was asleep on the other side of the bed. I looked at both of them, a soft smile on my face. It had been a surprise, a bold and unexpected one. And as I lay there, nestled between them, I realized that it had been a gift. A gift of trust, of exploration, and of a deeper connection than I ever thought possible. Would you ever consider such an experience? Share your honest thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more immersive tales and cultural explorations, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world and helps me bring you more content like this. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time.